I think I found maybe the largest chopping block on YouTube, guys. This is a piece of, oh, I don't know what it is. I thought it was sycamore. It's not sycamore though. It's a piece of something big. Let me see if I can get a tape measure on it. I got 45.5 inches. Problem with it is, look how wide it is. It's just over a foot wide. That's a big chunk of wood. Okay guys, that was an introduction to what I am doing today, what I got going, and I just got it in my head that I had to get this wood home, that it'd be great YouTube content, and I just wanted it in my yard to split wood on. It's just a neat piece of wood. There it is on top of the pile back there, and here's the story. This is going to be a little bit of talking while I do this. I'm just going to air this in full time and let y'all watch me try to flip this thing out of here. It is heavy. I mean, that's several hundred pounds. It's all I can do to just flip that thing over and roll it like those strongmen do with those big tractor tires to work out. They like legs and everything. They flip tires over. It's all I can do. I know I'm doing it, but it is all I can do to just flip this thing over. And if it's on a hard surface like concrete or something and you can't get your fingers under it, good luck. I mean, I got really lucky to get this out of here. Okay, but here's a story that I started to say. I am trying to salvage a video out of this footage today, but my phone, when I got out here to the woodyard today and started filming, I hit record and put the camera on the tripod and walked away, and I came back and it said memory full. You know, I can't record anything else. iPhone memory is full. So I've been recording video files at really high quality. I mean, obviously I think everything you can do to get the best quality on YouTube helps. I mean, I know I have some weaknesses and I'm working on it. It's very hard to try to be funny and energetic, and I have weaknesses, I know, but I try to do the best I can with quality and thumbnails and everything else to make up for it as much as I can, because I don't have a camera person, I don't have a crew, whatever. So these high quality video files are taking up a massive amount of space. And I got here to the woodyard today and my phone was completely full, and I just went through and I deleted like 30 or 40 old videos. I mean, I had 25 and 30-minute video clips, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just delete all these and I'll be fine. Well, apparently that's not how iPhone works. If you delete them, then they go into the recently deleted folder for like 45 days. And they sit there and they still take up memory on your phone in case you wanted to go back and restore them or whatever. They're there for like 45 days. So I was trying to figure all this out on the fly out in the woodyard when I'm trying to work and load my truck and record videos, and the guys from the tree service showed up and I was talking to them, and it was just busy. So I didn't get as much footage as I would have liked, and I didn't get everything with me loading this, but I got most of it. I think I got enough to salvage a little bit of a video and make it worthwhile today. So hopefully that helps people out. Also that are recording in high quality, but I filled up my computer's entire hard drive also. That's something else. I was editing the other night and my computer was completely full, and I have a pretty expensive computer, and I got upgraded memory and everything. It was full. I used over a terabyte or 900 gigabytes. 999 gigabytes. I think the next thing is a terabyte of storage. So I had to go back and delete all of my videos off of storage. Oh, and this is what hopefully maybe will help somebody. I got a few tips in here for other YouTube content creators. But what I also found out is that when I put this stuff into the editor, the software editor stores a copy of the movie file and all of the components and the voiceovers and any pictures or photos you added or media uploads and music. So it stores that whole bundle in a file and stores all of that. Well, then when you finalize your editing and save the video, it saves all of that stuff as a final video and all the components of it, and then in whatever file you choose, whether it be My Downloads or Documents or Desktop, it saves another full copy of the final edited video there. So every high quality video I have, if they're like a 20 gigabyte file, it saves two 20 gigabyte files. So you could only have like 30 or 40 or 50 high quality videos in a hard drive because it's double saving them. So I had to figure that out too, just to save my computer. My computer has completely been filled up and then deleted. And the same thing happened. I tried to back my music up the other day, and when I moved the file, it didn't copy the file. It moved all of my music files into my thumb drive and deleted them off of my computer. Then I had to go back and put them back into iTunes. Then I had like 14,000 duplicate songs. And I'm way off subject. This computer's been doing all kinds of crazy stuff. But so I elected to go ahead and delete all of those old video files out of my computer. And the reason I did that is because I don't really know that I will need them again in the future. I mean, I kind of hated to throw them all away because they're gone forever now. But here's the thing, and this is the long story. This is the tip that might help other creators. Once you upload to YouTube, you can download your videos again. So after you get them edited and you upload to YouTube, if you delete them off of your computer and throw them away, and I'd like to hear from other creators, what are y'all doing with your videos? Are you saving them? Because the only way I can figure to save these files would be to zip them or compress them and zip them and get them onto like a CD or a disc of some kind, and I don't even know if those are large enough. I haven't done the research, but it's too expensive to buy $200 and $300 thumb drives to save all of this stuff. So you'd have to zip them and compress them somehow. But that's what I'm saying. If you wanted to go back and use a clip in a future video and say, in the video I did 2 weeks ago, well, you could go back on YouTube and hit download and download it, and then the final edited version of that clip is what you would have, but it's better than nothing. You could then work with that downloaded file and insert the clip again. So that is what I figured. YouTube is backing it up. I'm throwing my stuff away. The other thing I wanted to mention with YouTube is that I think niche markets are real, because sometimes I feel bad. I'm splitting wood so much and doing so much of the repetitive stuff and trying to keep it fresh that I feel bad. So I try to mix in new content. Well, like last Sunday, if you were paying attention, I did just a recipe idea to try to mix it up and do something different for everybody and give everybody a break from wood. The video did terrible. I mean, I had 5 views the day that it launched. And right now I think I only have like 12. So I have a much better response from the wood videos, and I think you need to find a market and stick with it. Now, if you're watching me in this clip, I got this log up to my truck. This thing weighs hundreds of pounds. It is all I can do to lift this. You should have heard it when it hit the ground when I slammed it down at my house. The whole driveway shook. It was so loud. But what I was going to do there is kind of like slide a log underneath it and use it to get leverage off of, like use it as a fulcrum or something right here. This one isn't big enough. That's what I was thinking, is maybe I could get a log underneath it and lean it up against my tailgate and kind of get the tail end up off the ground, and then I could just kind of deadlift it or whatever you want to call it up into the truck and slide it in. Didn't work. It's too heavy. That log is too small. So here is the setup that I ended up finally using, basically. You can see I found 2 larger stumps or cuts of wood, 2 large rounds. I was able to just kind of lean this thing up, and again, I'm lucky that everything went the way it did, and that piece of wood shifted and landed on these rounds and stuff. But I wasn't able to get the final footage of me flopping this into my truck. It's one of the shots that I missed, and that's why I went into that long story about my storage being full and everything, because I missed the shot. But this is the setup I used. That one round in the front right under my tailgate is laying on its side, and that didn't work. I lifted it up, and because it's round, that big chopping block just rolled off of it. So I ended up putting it flat on the ground and getting it square, and then using basically that same setup with two logs resting on it, and I just rolled it up on its side I pushed it up on its side on that one and then flopped it into my truck. It's so heavy I was actually worried about my tailgate breaking off my truck, but here it is in my truck, and it's hard to tell how big of a piece of wood that is, but I mean it almost fills up my entire truck bed from left to right. And it's straight. It's not like some flared out stump cut that barely touches. It's pretty straight too. And you can see back behind that wood there was a little bit of cherry, and this is that cherry. Some beautiful stuff, but it is full of water. That is a heavy cherry tree. Those rounds are unbelievably heavy for cherry, but I tested some with my axe and it splits good, so I'll be fine there. And speaking of cherry, there's this whole pile of cherry that's already seasoned and ready to burn this year. You can see against the fence some of it's already split, and I really need to move this whole pile of wood, but as you'll see here in a minute, I got sidetracked and I had a ton of work to do today, so I wasn't able to get back and get the rest of it. This little guy was living in the wood. And there's another one. You can see, well, he's back in there. Can't see. Hey. Unfortunately, I elected not to take the little kitten home. He has a brother or a sister under there, and I know there's some other cats around, so the best I can do is bring him some food because I have a lot of extra dry food that I'm not using, so I'll probably take that out and help the tree service guys feed this little kitten. But I don't have room for another cat at my house, and I have to take it to the vet and everything probably, so it's just too much for me to have, and I don't want to get my other cat sick or upset. Here we go, guys, a nice load of cherry. Some of it's already split. I just use those to kind of fill in around the top, but this stuff is already seasoned and ready to go. I'm stoked to have this, and I got a big job ahead of me to move that chopping block today. I don't know, you can see. Okay, if you notice when that happened, the tripod shook and it was like 15 feet down the driveway. The whole driveway vibrated when that thing hit the ground. It was loud. That's basically it, guys. I flipped this thing end over end all the way to my backyard, and hopefully I didn't give myself a hernia. But I got lucky to get it in my yard safely, and it didn't fall on a house or me or anything else. So I'm really happy I got it home, and I feel a sense of accomplishment. And I'll probably talk more about it in a future video, especially since I didn't get all the footage today. Now, right after I did that and I got this done, the tree service guys showed up at my house with my mulch I've been waiting for, and they have an 11-yard truck, but the hydraulic dump is broken, so I got about 8 yards or so, and here's my new mulch. I'm really happy to have it.